Hey guys, how's it going today? So as you could tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about something a little bit more serious. And I don't think anyone's really touched on something like this before in any of their videos, mostly specific to just RuneScape in general. There's probably a couple other ones out there about depression and video games and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like RuneScape has a very unique community. And it causes its own unique set of problems that other games don't really have to such an extent. The first and foremost is obviously there's lots of people who play RuneScape a lot. You can tell that by the high scores. You look at the top ranked people, they play this game like 8 to 12, sometimes up to 16 hours a day for weeks, months, years on end. And that's something that doesn't really exist in many other games. This is a game where the actual play time to quote unquote max is significantly longer than other games. Even games like World of Warcraft or other MMO games, they don't really have that level of commitment required. And it's kind of difficult talking about this stuff. I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head. And I just kind of wanted to speak it out and kind of have someone talk about this and bring this up, because I don't feel like enough people are bringing attention to the light the issues that are going on with people in RuneScape. So kind of just going right into it is, obviously, RuneScape's not the first game that people tend to use as an escape from real life. There's many games in the past, like people can play all sorts of games to escape. And in the end, it's obviously not like a perfectly healthy thing. It's really not to just completely escape. Obviously, there's sometimes where it's just like, oh, you're stressed out and you just want to relax for a while, and that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And the people who play this game in moderation, that's not really what I'm talking about here. I more so wanted to kind of talk about the people who take it to the extreme. And I'm not just saying, oh, you guys. It's like I've been in that situation before. RuneScape has a unique community where no-lifing is not necessarily encouraged, but it's looked highly upon. And when I mean no-lifing, it's things like, oh, there's someone who grinded 24 hours straight and got this, and everyone is in awe of things like that. They try to impress, and it's very impressive when people do stuff like that. Obviously, it takes a high amount of dedication, all that kind of stuff, and it's not necessarily healthy for that. Like, when you encourage someone to commit such an extreme amount of time to something to receive admiration, there are certain individuals like myself who feel like the only way to get recognition or to get admiration from other people is to do these ridiculous things like pay 12 hours a day. People think, oh, that's incredible, oh, that's awesome, wow, I can't believe you got max in 6 months, that's insane. And so other people try to strive and achieve these same things. They try to play as efficiently as possible. Nothing wrong with efficiency, but they do this for endless hours on time. And obviously there has to be drawbacks from that. There's very, very, very few people out there who can play this game 8 to 12 hours a day and not receive like consequences from their actions. Most people have jobs, school, family, friends, all that kind of stuff. And when you're playing this game for so many hours, those get neglected. And it's not even that just yourself. Like, you'll neglect yourself by playing for such long periods of time. And that's why I have that IRL Escape series. It's mainly designed to just kind of remember, you have to take care of yourself. And that's not just physically, it's also mentally. People, when you are playing 8 hours a day, you're neglecting something. And for me, for example, I started playing like 8-10 hours a day a couple months ago, and I noticed the impact on my life. I absolutely did. It's not that I wasn't having fun with it, like playing RuneScape and all that stuff, but it affected my personal life. I wasn't going out with my friends as much. I started to gain weight. I wasn't eating healthy. I was developing a lot of very bad habits. My work suffered because of the level I was playing. And this game is so addicting that, like, right now, I'm going to show you this. Like, it's almost 5 a.m. for me right now. And I'm still playing. I shouldn't be up this late. It's not good for my health to be staying up late and sleeping in, and it doesn't help me with my personal life. Like, it was a Saturday night, and what did I choose to do? I sat inside with RuneScape instead of going out with friends. And I'm not saying that, oh, you should never play video games. Video games are bad. It's better to go hang out with IRL friends or something like that. But it's important to have, and you can tell yourself all you want that, oh, I have friends online. They're better than my IRL friends, or I don't have IRL friends. And that's certainly the case for many people, but for your mental health, your body needs sustenance in the physical world. Having a real life friend you can go and see will make you happier, way happier than any friend you have over the internet. And that's just because the way our bodies work is just being in person. We're inherently social creatures, and by being in person you will receive a level of satisfaction that you can almost never get online. And that's the same thing with family. It's important not to neglect those things, like staying in your room all night long and not hanging out with your family. It's not good. You want to build those ties, and it's important, and it's good for your longevity and your mental health. Most people really suffer from that. They don't realize the root of the cause. They don't realize all these things that are slowly eating at them. And it takes a very, very long time for people to realize that. That over time their relationships, whether they're no longer as good friends, they don't hang out with their family anymore. And I don't mean just stop playing RuneScape altogether. I mean, like, let's say you get home from school or work, instead of going straight to your room and playing for the next 6 hours, maybe spend 30 minutes or an hour just sitting down with your friends or family. And if you're not lucky enough to have close enough friends like that, just call someone up, try to arrange something, and it will make the world of difference to you. And it will help your mental stability in the long term, just being able to escape from the game. It's funny, like, people use RuneScape as an escape, but sometimes you need an escape from RuneScape. And if you don't, your real life responsibilities and your things you have to do will slowly dwindle away. I feel like I might be kind of rambling on here, kind of going over the same points. I didn't really write down what I was going to be talking about. I kind of just wanted to talk from the heart here. And another issue that RuneScape has is it's a majority solo game. Not everyone has friends in this game, and it's very, very difficult. There's very few ways for people to make friends. 99% of the gameplay is just completely solo. Unless you make friends through raids, if you're lucky, or if you join a CC from someone. There's very limited options in doing social activities. This game's not necessarily designed as an MMO, but there's so few activities where you actually can be a group. And so it just slowly increases the amount of time that you're just spending alone. And like I said, it's just not good for you in the long run. You need to remember to take care of yourself. And again, I'm having trouble just having a proper train of thought here. But yeah, it's okay to not play. You don't have to play all the time, and you don't have to be good. You don't have to spend 100 hours a week or 100 hours a month playing this game. You absolutely don't. People will still enjoy your companies. People will still like you and think you're, admire you, even if you don't play all the time. You don't have to do that. Obviously some people enjoy that, but there's so many people who just get addicted to this game, addicted to the point where they don't want to go to work, they don't want to study for classes. And you have to remember that there's no difference between doing something in real life and doing something in RuneScape. You just have to put it in a different kind of mind frame. When you brush your teeth in the morning, when you go shower, when you work out, you're training your real life self. And there's no different. The only difference is you don't see experience points pop up. You don't have total levels. You don't have anything like that. That is the only difference. You can level up strength in real life. There's no reason you can't just there's tons of little things out there where it's like video games for IRL things. You can level up your strength in real life, your agility, you can go running, you can go fishing in real life. You can do any, like 99% of the things on here you can do in real life, and the only difference is that experience. And I know I'm probably not making any sense here, but so many people just struggle with depression, and it sucks. It's hard. There's not many places for people to talk, and it's a really taboo subject for most people. They don't want to bring it up, and it makes a lot of people uncomfortable when you bring it up. If you were to tell your friend that you're depressed, it probably makes them uncomfortable, because we're just not used to talking about it like that. We just haven't gotten to the point in society where you can just bring it up like a sore leg. It's like, oh, my leg hurts. It's like, oh, that doesn't make someone uncomfortable. But if you say, oh, I've been struggling with depression, people don't react the same way. It's just not the same to bring that up. And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that it has to be that way. If it was as easy as just saying, oh, my leg hurts, as it was to say, oh, I'm depressed, then people would be a lot more open. And I feel like we need to encourage people to be more open. And I feel like RuneScape encourages and perpetuates this depression. It creates such a extravagant escape where you can just spend 10 hours and completely forget about it, but your life is just deteriorating before your eyes. And I know it. I've gone through that whole cycle where you completely neglect things, and it comes back to bite you in the ass. And it's just a repetitive cycle. It just keeps getting worse and worse. You get a credit card bill and it's way too much and you don't think you can pay it, but you just log into RuneScape for 8 hours and you forgot about it. It's like it never happened. You failed a job again. You didn't get the job you wanted, or you got fired, but you just play RuneScape for 6 hours and you forget about it. But it's not healthy. It's not. And I feel like we should change that. We need to do something about that, because we shouldn't be encouraging people to live these lives. We shouldn't have a community where we should say that's the normal. It shouldn't be the normal for someone to play 6 hours a day. It doesn't make sense. Obviously some people do it and enjoy it, or you can bring up the argument, it's like, oh, it's no different than TV. And you're right, it's not different than sitting for 10 hours and watching TV. There is no difference. The only difference is what you choose as your escape. And every now and then you need to step back and think about what's going on, and you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself before anything else. You need to make sure you're sleeping right. You need to make sure you're drinking water, you're eating healthy, and you're getting social interactions. You can't live a life where you just play 12 hours a day of RuneScape. It's not going to happen. You're not going to feel fulfilled. And even like you say, oh, there's probably like streamers, they spend 12 hours a day and they feel fine. And to bring that up, it's like guys like Bodhi. He may play 12 hours a day, but you ask him and he says, well, he's still going to the gym, he's still eating healthy, he stands up every hour to ensure that he gets his exercise, he makes sure that he takes care of himself before RuneScape. Guys like Torvesta, they make sure they eat healthy, they work out, they go out, they talk to their girlfriend, they make sure that their real life comes first. And you have to realize that's the same for you. If you have homework, you can't touch RuneScape. If you have work to do, you need to apply for jobs, you shouldn't touch RuneScape. And if you only play 3 hours a day, you should still feel the same level of satisfaction as if you played 13 hours. There's no reason to expect to be like, oh, you're not maxed yet, oh, you don't have 99 yet, and people get put down because of that. And it's perfectly okay. You just need to have fun. We need to go back to the time where, before old school RuneScape, when people didn't worry about this efficiency, you just logged in and did whatever you want. You didn't care. Oh, it wasn't, how do you not have Questcape, or how do you not have 99, or how do you not have a 100 mil bank? We shouldn't be in that mind frame. And I want to encourage people just kind of talk a little bit more about that. I want people to talk about getting off the game, to stop playing. I want to encourage people to just stop playing every now and then, to just turn off the game in the middle of what you're doing. Whether it's like, oh, I'm just in the middle of a Slayer task I have to finish. No, it's like right now, I'm close to a ranging level. But I'm just going to log out. I have no reason to stay logged in. I have to go to bed. I have to get a better sleep schedule. There we go. That's it. I logged out, and then that's it. It's gone. And now it's just the real life. And I can move on. I can eat healthy. I can drink water. I can get a better sleep schedule. All I'm trying to say is just don't worry about not playing much, and just maybe play a little bit less. I know this video is kind of all over the place a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys, the 10 people who watch my videos, and just kind of see if maybe I connected with someone. Maybe this resonated with someone. Maybe this made a difference in one person's life. I don't know. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I felt like I needed to say it. And so I hope you guys all have a great day. And bye.